to celebrate this good gift that you have given your people in this country of Dominica. Thank you, Lord, for you being the source of this gift, and Lord, for all those you have enabled to allow this gift to come to us. Lord, we thank you for the partners and the agencies, Lord, that have worked together to have this take place. And Lord, we thank you for those who have facilitated our specialists and, Lord, the various staff members, Lord, who have executed this program. Lord, we thank you, Lord, for this particular moment where we can see what you have done and say all the glory belongs to you. Lord, we ask that you would indeed take control of every aspect of this program and that you would be pleased and satisfied. And Lord, we thank you, Lord, for the favor that you have already shown those who have participated in this program. And we thank you in advance for the favor that you will show to this program as it continues to go forward. Lord, we say all of this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat. I'm sorry that we may have started off a little bit somber, but today is definitely a day for us to celebrate, right? We're very proud of all of you who took the time out to fill out the application, to do the online personal interview, and submit the information. You are at the forefront. You have the opportunity. The opportunity is in each of your hands and your fingers, right? Because you're on a keyboard. So again, just congratulations to all of you for being here today, and we look forward to great things for you, and we look forward to you guys partnering together. Don't try to do it all by yourself. Work together as teams. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Nicole King, Country Director of Israel. Can you give her a round of applause?
I would like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Kasani Laville, Minister for Public Works and the Digital Economy, other honorable members of Cabinet, Mr. Roland Royer, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, Mr. Luis Francisco Taiz, Head of Office of UNDP Dominica, Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator of the Digital Economy, Ms. Felicia Pierre, Head of Programs Israel, Dr. Marie Pascal Afana, Dr. Clementine Afana, Digital Skills Specialist, graduates, other distinguished guests, member of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I feel an immense pride to be standing here today in front of you, and I feel honored to be addressing you on behalf of Israel. Israel, as most of you already know, is an international, non-governmental humanitarian aid agency that supports people in countries affected by humanitarian crisis. An organization that has worked in more than 55 countries for more than 20 years. In Dominica, we started 5 years ago, responding to an emergency, then we worked in the recovery phase, and now we are focused on building resilience. We've adapted with the needs of the country, but we've also transformed our programming to include the latest trends in humanitarian development to ensure we provide the best support we can. Innovation and technology have been at the core of our programming, as we recognize that they can further enable earlier, faster, and more effective humanitarian action. But technology is not an end in itself, and its adoption alone cannot shift a paradigm. It's rather important to understand that investment in technology must go hand in hand with efforts to ensure that it is responsible, sustainable, and inclusive, and that it protects, above all, human life and dignity. And if it's used correctly, technology can powerfully enable the transformation in the years to come. Throughout the past 2 years, it has been more evident that digital solutions have allowed us to continue to interact, study, consume, and work. Even the implementation of Work Online Dominica has been possible only thanks to broadband connectivity, cloud computing, data centers, video streaming platforms. And after having had everything remotely, it makes today even more important and more special, as this is the first time after 3 cohorts that we can have a graduation ceremony in person. Technology has become such an integral part of our lives that we sometimes take it for granted, but we should not. Because technology, again, is not an end in itself. It is a means to an end. It only makes sense if it serves a purpose, if it enhances our lives. The digital transformation that we are proposing is a human-centric one. And to do so, we need to put communities first. We want technology to create opportunities for people, and we want everybody to have access to these opportunities. No one should be left behind just because of their age, gender, social background, or geographical location. For us to achieve a successful and inclusive digital transformation, we need to put not just communities, but people first. We need a digitally skilled population and highly skilled digital professionals. That is where Work Online Dominica plays an important role, because we've worked to amplify your digital capacities to become more resilient. And we work to help you to reclaim your future, one you can believe in, one that is truly yours. Today, we are extremely proud to be graduating 60 participants of the 3rd cohort of Work Online Dominica. For all of you who are graduating today, it is important to understand that right now you are becoming the CEOs of your life and business. And that privilege comes with a big, big responsibility. You've been granted the possibility to access this opportunity, and now we're asking you to use it wisely. We know it takes time and effort, and that sometimes it can be frustrating. But if you work hard, it is actually possible to be part of the more than 1 billion freelancers enjoying the benefits of remote work worldwide. You are becoming Dominica's digital ambassadors. You are showing the world the quality that exists here. You are opening the doors for those who will come later. You are supporting Dominica to lead the Caribbean digital transformation. We are ready to show this initiative to the region and to the world, to share the potential of Dominica's digital transformation, to share the knowledge, to show how a strong governmental leadership and strategic direction, together with a vision and partnerships, can create an enabling environment for this type of programs to succeed. In line with that, I would like to recognize and thank the constant support of the government of Dominica, represented today by the Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy. And I would like to give also special thanks to the UNDP for their permanent support and partnership. And last but not least, I would like to recognize the work of Israel staff members who have gone above and beyond to be able to make this happen. Sometimes you might not be able to see everything that is going on behind the scenes, but we have amazing people ready to make the impossible happen. Thank you so much, Connie, Felicia, Anel, Irma, Winella, Jacet, Kilan. Thank you so much for your work. We are standing here today with a renewed commitment to continue working on amplifying Dominica's strength and resilience, on working together to achieve the desired digital transformation, on building the future together, because the future is the most important thing that we can build. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to call Mr. Luis Francisco Thais, head of the UNDP office, and one of the very powerful funding partners for this program. Because without funding, a lot of this would not be possible. So Luis, thank you very much for your continued support.
Good afternoon, everyone. Great to be here. I'd like to acknowledge Honorable Kasani Laville, Minister for Public Works and the Digital Economy, other honorable members of Cabinet, Mr. Roland Royer, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, Ms. Nicole King, Country Director, IsraAid, Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator of the Digital Economy, Ms. Felisa Pierre, Head of Program at IsraAid, Dr. Maria Fana and Dr. Clementine Afana, Digital Skills Specialist, graduates, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to convey my gratitude for the opportunity to join you in such a special occasion. Today, we are proud to celebrate the graduation of 60 bright and outgoing entrepreneurs that are part of the third cohort of Work Online Dominica, an initiative that has so far benefited over 180 persons and that is contributing to position Dominica as a regional leader in digital transformation. It's been almost 3 years since we launched the program during the COVID-19 pandemic. And it is no surprise that in this context, we have seen an accelerated use of digital technologies throughout almost every aspect of our lives. And this trend is likely to continue growing at a dramatic speed in the future. And what do I mean by dramatic? And what I mean by dramatic are the profound changes we will experience in the economy, the labor markets, and critical sectors such as education, health, energy, commerce, among many others, that will intertwine with a new suite of products and services that will transform our lives forever. These changes are just around the corner. And to make the point, please allow me to share some brief examples. Most of you have heard of the metaverse, and perhaps think of it as a parallel virtual world with little traction and still far in the horizon. However, different studies project that by 2030, people will spend more time in the metaverse than in the real world. It is somewhat of a surprising thought, or of dire thought, but people will be applying for jobs, earning a living, meeting with friends, shopping, spending leisure time, and much more. The metaverse will become the main space for commerce, advertising, gaming, the entertainment industry, and a whole new economy will surge around it. Another buzzword we hear very often is blockchain, which is, in very simple terms, can be associated to a transparent, secure, and decentralized digital ledger. You might ask, how will blockchain impact my life? What does it have to do with me? The answer is everything. The future of money is linked to blockchain. Paper money, as we know it, will disappear in the coming years to be replaced by a new economic infrastructure anchored in digital currencies and assets. Furthermore, your bank will need to compete with your phone in terms of making payments and receiving money and transferring remittances. And all this thanks to blockchain. As you can imagine, this opens new frontiers for financial inclusion and value creation. To end this idea, let me share with you one last example: artificial intelligence. Dr. Kai-Fu Lee, a recognized computer scientist and one of the most prominent figures in the Chinese internet sector, who has also been a top executive in Apple, Microsoft, and Google, stated that artificial intelligence countries have already designed national policies and strategies on artificial intelligence. We could continue giving examples of other exponential technologies that will likely disrupt our lives, such as the Internet of Things, quantum computers, 3D printing, and so forth. However, this unfolding situation begs that we ask ourselves some fundamental questions. What do we need to do to be ahead of the curve and prepare for what the digital future holds? How can we take advantage and seize the opportunities that the digital era offers by being an early bird? How can we secure that no one in Dominica is left behind? How can Dominica become a major player in this unfolding future? The government of Dominica has taken bold steps to prepare the country for what the digital future holds. Over the past months and years, government has piloted a digital readiness assessment tool, held country-wide consultations on digital transformation, worked upon a digital transformation strategy, and is currently accelerating the use of digital technologies in ICT through countless government sectors, programs, and initiatives, while building a digital government infrastructure through its Caribbean Digital Transformation Project. Moreover, Dominica's digital transformation strategy is prioritizing the development of a curriculum for basic digital skills onward to the more advanced digital skills regarding vocational education and specialized ICT skills. In a context where the strategy involves the transformation of systems, services, structural barriers, skills, social norms, and behaviors to embrace the future and provide benefits to all that are anchored in a digitally skilled people. And this brings us back to our graduation ceremony of today. Because Work Online Dominica represents a cutting-edge initiative that builds upon government efforts to stay ahead of the curve. The Work Online program has been designed to prepare and build the skills of participants to access and generate income in the gig economy, understanding that the gig economy is an early manifestation of the transformations that the labor markets will experience in the years to come. And in this context, the program has also been successful in teaching our graduates that the key to prosper in the digital economy is to permanently update and develop new skills. UNDP is committed to supporting government and the people of Dominica in accelerating its path to digital transformation and staying ahead of the curve. We're exploring together with government and Israel different options to secure the sustainability of the Work Online program, while also supporting government initiatives tailored at building digital skills, boosting the startup ecosystem, creating a coding academy, among many others. We also aspire in piloting an initiative with government to start addressing the opportunities that future technologies may offer Dominica. I would like to finalize by thanking and recognizing the leadership of the Ministry of the Public Works and Digital Transformation is spearheading this initiative, and the fabulous team at Israel for the tremendous work in coordinating the implementation of the Work Online Dominica program. Also, a special thanks to the UNDP Futurism Project, under which this third cohort of the program was funded. And to the graduates, let me wish you the best of lucks in your endeavors in the gig economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Luis, for those encouraging words. And those of you who would have listened to him, especially the part at the start, I can say all of it is true. You have to be ready to capitalize on all of these things. And I'm sure that your lecturers would have said to you that you have to put out the information to get the responses. You can put out the most beautiful website with all the bells and whistles, but if no one knows about it, you're not going to get any hits. Likewise, you have been trained, you have amazing skills. If you don't put out the work on Upwork and all of these organizations and continuously update yourself, you will not get the work. So you have to put in the work to get to the next level. So right now we're going to have a testimonial, two testimonials, one from Josiah Johnson and then one from Amy Augustine. We'd like to apologize for Mr. Damien Bellot, who could not be here today. We want to wish him all the best and wish him and his family all the best, just in case he's watching. We're also proud of you. So we now call on Mr. Josiah Johnson to do the first testimonial.
Hello, everyone. I'm Josiah. I always wanted to work online. So when I saw the opportunity, when I saw the advert online, I was a little hesitant still. I was like, is that for me? Is that not for me? But then some of my friends encouraged me to sign up and so on. But when I started signing up, I got to the point where it got to the video, and I was like, wow, I have to do a video. So I got the courage, maybe the night before or some nights before, I saw a live video where Robert Tong was talking about we need the men, we need men, we need men. Every time it's women, we need women. So that was a little encouraging to me. So the night before the deadline, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, sorry. I made the video, I dressed up nicely, I took my time, and I made the video. And I got it out of the way, and I said, they have to pick me. So everybody else, when I show everybody the video, everybody was wondering like, wow, is he working there already? Is he working for Work Online? My experience was, well, when I got the mindset transformation, I was very like hesitant, saying like, maybe I wouldn't get a job online, maybe it's not for me. But initially I wanted to go into graphic design at first, and now I'm working for an insurance company in Canada. So I'm just, it was I recently got the job. It's a new experience, but although I wanted to go into graphic design at first, I would tell anybody that wants to get a job online, take what you get. In the meantime, I have the experience in customer service. However, I was looking for graphic design, but I took it because I already have the experience, but I never had it working remotely. What again can I say? Let me just check. My experience now is to encourage anybody that is interested in the program the next time to come on board, because it's a very good program. It will help you transform your mind to, okay, you might not, but you will eventually, because sometimes it took about some months before I could get that job. But I should tell anybody that wants to come on board, come on board. Work right now for me is where my internet is. So, thanks.
Thank you very much, Josiah. We now call on Amy Augustine to do her testimonial. Give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. All right. So one of the things I really took away from this Work Online Dominica program was to just do it afraid. You know, because sometimes you're not going to be prepared to do things, sometimes you're not going to feel like you're good enough, sometimes you're not going to feel like you're going to succeed. But whatever it is, just do it afraid. I mean, some people might be braver than others, and that's good too. So whether you're brave or whether you're afraid, just do it. Right. So I just want to thank you, Dr. Afana, Dr. Murray, all our lecturers for the opportunity to have gotten to know how to work online, really. Before the program and everything, I tried my hand at, Upwork, and, well, Upwork is one of the platforms that we use, and I was unsuccessful, so that was kind of discouraging. But for the first module of this course, we actually had to, fix our mindsets and so on, and that module for me was just the best, because all our doubts and so on were really just washed away, and we were really, really grateful for that. There came a time when we were done with our Fiverr profiles and so on. Even if my first few messages on Fiverr was scams, I was still excited, because I'm like, okay, well, people are seeing it, so that's good, I'm not badly off, you understand? Somebody's still clicking, so that's okay, right? To be honest, I should have probably been part of the first cohort, but I was kind of afraid, because I remember Miss Bowers, and I see her there today, we were going through, I think, some applications, and she told me about the Work Online Dominica, and I should apply and so on. But the video at first was throwing everybody off, or it threw me off the first time. The second time, I was one of the procrastinators, so I missed the deadline. I tried submitting it at like 11:59, so it didn't work out. But this time, I was probably one of the first ones. I'm like, I'm going to get this. Amy, you have taken too long already, so just get it this time, okay? And this process has really been amazing. I landed my first job, I think, after the first month, and it was really good. So now I'm working with a marketing company as their account manager, so I manage different accounts and so on, and it's been good. it's been teaching me also to do it afraid, as I mentioned earlier, because sometimes they will message you and say, okay, we need you to hop on a Zoom call. No, we're going to be at home, we're at home. Girls, the hair is not always good and so on, so you always have to, have your brush close by, your bottle of gel close by, because you just have to be able to do it right away and have no excuses, because that's it. So, yeah. And I also got another job as well. This one is a part-time job. Actually, I wasn't expecting to really get that job because it was basically way off my field, kind of, because I wasn't really doing anything in graphic design or project management or event planning or anything like that. But, I just said, just go for it, And also Dr. Clem continued to encourage me to just go ahead and apply for the things. So I'd already gotten my first job, and then just a random, I think sometime in the morning, I got a message. They didn't even ask me any question. They just accepted my order, and she just paid me even before I did anything. So I was like, oh, okay, no problem. So, yes, so that's basically one of my takeaways. As I said at the start, just do it afraid. If you're afraid, do it. Anybody who's interested in joining the next cohort, just do it. The video is really not that bad. It's genuinely, I'm telling you, it's not that bad. You just put on some nice clothes, try to feel your best, and you will do your best, I promise. So I just saying once more, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, thank you. I'm really happy for everyone here today. I see my buddy Arisia. Thank you for keeping me in check. Because we had buddies, to bounce off of our ideas from and so on. So that was really good. That's a great initiative. So, yes, thank you, everybody.
Wow. So, I'm not speaking to any of you here. I'm speaking to all of those of you who are listening, all of those of you who are watching on social media right now. The next time that you hear about Work Online Dominica Cohort 4. She said, was it terminology you used a while ago? Do it afraid. Do it afraid. Listen to this lady called Mel Robbins. She tells you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it. Once you take longer than that, you will begin to doubt yourself. Right? Even I had that issue, so this morning I wanted to walk, and I had to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, about 5 times, and then I got up. So guys, please, the opportunities are there. Like all of the presenters before said, the government of Dominica wants no one left behind. So the government of Dominica is putting all of these things in front of you, along with our amazing partners. All you have to do is to take that one step, and the future is amazing if you jump on board. So that being said, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker, the Honorable Kasani Laville, our digital transformation, our digital strategy, our Minister of Public Works and the digital economy, but most importantly, our champion as it comes to moving Dominica in that particular direction. Please and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Robbie. I'm quite humble. Honorable Paul, Honorable Revere, Honorable George, Honorable Philip Rule, Mr. Roland Royer, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, Mr. Luis Francisco Thais Santa Cruz. I did Spanish for 3 years. I hope something came back. Well, actually 5, yes. Ms. Nicole King, Country Director, Israel. Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator of the Digital Economy. Ms. Lindell Saul, Director of ICTU. Ms. Felicia Pear, Head of Programs, Israel. Dr. Marie Afana and Clementine Afana, Digital Skills Specialists. Pastor Cyprian George, my schoolmate at Massa Canefield Primary School. Josiah Johnson, Amy Augustine, and other distinguished graduates other distinguished guests, members of the media, listeners and viewers on various platforms, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to all of you. I first wish to thank Josiah and Amy for their honest and heartfelt testimonies. It couldn't be more real, it couldn't be more honest, and I would like you to join me in a round of applause. You could absolutely feel the honesty of Josiah, because generally we know that men are last minute. So to be at it at 3 a.m. on the day of, that's not surprising. But the important thing is he's in, he's part of it, and what an amazing testimony. And for Amy, how honest a testimony, how better can it come when she tells you about her experiences, her challenges, and even applying, not the first time, not the second, the third, and being successful in getting a job. And not only that, you all got free makeup and hair advice. So you all should certainly welcome that. So to Amy, nothing wrong. Third time is actually a charm. And for me here, it's not something I normally say third time is a charm, but it actually is. Because this is truly our third cohort, and it's our very first time being here in person. And for you all, I could see that the transition is difficult. You're used to being online, virtually, for 12 weeks, and you all are slowly reintegrating into society and trying to figure out how you should act and you should behave. So welcome. But it is truly my pleasure, a distinguished honor that I am here with you all today to celebrate this moment for you. I am happy to share this moment of joy with you, young people. You all are truly leaders in this society, and we are truly happy to celebrate your accomplishments. This is why we are in this. This is why we are in this vocation, is to create an environment where you can thrive. And I am absolutely humbled to be here and to share with you today. There is a story back then about a guy, a villager in America called Rip Van Winkle. He was a villager, and it's alleged, it's written in the short story in 1819 that somewhere he drank too much. He drank so much liquor, I don't know if it's LLB, I don't know if it's Johnny Walker, if it's Mao whiskey, I don't know what it is, but it's alleged, or moonshine, he drank so much that he fell asleep. He fell asleep for 20 years in the mountains. And when he woke up, he woke to a changed world, a completely transformed world, and he missed the American Revolution. And Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, famously alluded to that in his address, his commencement address, in 1959 at Morehouse College, where he spoke to that. He spoke to that short story to stir and to wake up the audience. Because at that time in the 1950s in America, they were going through a civil rights movement, a civil rights revolution. So I chose this today, not because this is a time of the American Revolution, obviously not. Obviously, we are not going through this major civil rights revolution while we have our own global challenges with civil rights. But we are going through a major revolution at this time. We are going through a major economic revolution in this world. We are going through a revolution where we must recognize that things are required now. There is absolutely a revolution of immediacy. A revolution of immediacy where the new economy is real time. It's now. A time where we must adjust, where we must adapt quickly, a time where resilience is the virtue that supports our survival more than anything. And while we must plan and create strategies, we must be guarded about the immediacy of now. In this revolution, to obtain good solutions, we must move instantly as opposed to trying to be perfect where it may just be too late. Confucius famously said a long time ago that better a diamond with a few flaws than a pebble without. We live in a time where we are confronted with issues that require serious considerations with major consequences, but there's little time to act. The lines between present and future are blurred. The future is actually now. I had the pleasure to speak a few weeks ago with a very successful person, someone who is probably one of the most successful businessmen in the Caribbean. And he said to me that I will fail. I was scared for a moment. I will fail. He said to me that I will fail just like he failed, but don't worry. Don't worry. Try to remember and recall what you did well and do it better. Try to recall and remember how you failed and what you did wrong and never do it again. He said to me, don't dwell on it for too long. Don't let people know you fail. Try something else and do it better. I will never forget that. Why am I telling you this? Because you need to hear it. Revolutions are generally organized movements aimed at effecting change. And in many revolutions, there are 4 common characteristics. One of them being economic change, political change, social change, and finally, technological change. We are going through all at this time. Let's speak a little to social change. And I know you know it, you get it, because you are living it. Merely through the COVID pandemic, we'll recall what happened in education. We all migrated to Zoom and WebEx and Google Classroom, you name it. And even right now, while many of our children are back in the classroom, in some schools you have that integration of the actual in-class classroom setting with digital platforms. In entertainment, you see that has changed. With reality TV, short videos, reels, you name it. In social media, it's often used to express ourselves. We have a platform to say almost what we want. For advocacy, for marketing, and merely staying in touch with some of our peers. And in marketing, we can see the transformation. The migration from billboards, the 4x8 billboards on plywood, we barely see that right now, to digital signs and signboards, and paid search advertising, email advertising, video advertising, search engine optimization, you name it. That's how the world is changing. In church, many of us, we celebrated on Sundays or Saturdays on Facebook because of the restrictions during the pandemic. And while some of us are able to now go back to church on Sundays, a few of us, not saying me, but we wish the opportunity was still there. In fundraising, you see websites, crowdfunding websites. You see Kickstarter, GoFundMe. Not many of you in your youth groups are doing barbecues and cake sales and bake sales and car washes anymore. Things are changing rapidly right before our very eyes. I'm not sure about you, but I know in first world countries like the USA, they are using Tinder and singles website and even silver singles and So probably the coder for DA singles or Dominica singles is right here, right before me. So let's see how that goes. Maybe Israel and UNDP can assist us in launching the next such endeavor. Doing business in Dominica has certainly changed. We have seen that. The way we recreate has changed a lot, even for the youngest among us. Most children that you speak to right now, from as young as 3 and 4 years old, you hear them speaking about Roblox and Robux. And they're creating their virtual environment, that virtual space, creating, coding, where now many of their peers are experiencing that virtual 3D environment. And they get paid. This is the world we live in today. Let's speak a little to the second characteristic, technological change. What's happening? First of all, let me ask, how many of you all know what is dial-up internet? All right. How many of you all have actually used it? Even fewer. That's way less. That's about a third of the room. So for those of you who do not know, dial-up internet is something that happened years ago in the age of Fred Flintstones and Wilma, where you would actually wait for at least a minute or two in the best case situation where you would have to suffer, well, that toll on your eardrums of that cringing noise to attempt at a connection at the slowest speeds. And your phone would not work when you're on the internet, and your parents would ask you to get off the internet because their sister, their brother, they're trying to call and they can't get through because you're on the internet. That's the world that existed just a few years ago. And if you could get a telephone call while you're on the internet, the quality of that call would be terrible if you don't have a filter on every phone. That's the world we live in. And we are here now. We are here now when we do business completely differently. Most of us transact business on our phones, on our smartphones. Can you imagine a world without your smartphones? And most of all, because of the revolution of immediacy that I spoke of, we get annoyed when we wait 2 to 3 seconds for a site to load. 87% of us, we actually go to another website if the loading time is beyond 3 seconds. Many of us, we may want to buy, whether it's a pair of shoes, a shirt online, regardless of what the urgency is for that shirt, shoe, or pair of pants, 67% of us, will turn away and forgo that option to buy if the page takes more than 3 seconds to load. That is the reality that we live in now. That is the immediacy that I speak about. That is the new economy that we live in right now. So our time is valuable. Here in Dominica, we have pretty good coverage. The Minister of Telecoms and Broadcasting is actually here with us in support and solidarity to continue to do his best with the internet service providers to guarantee 100% coverage for us around Dominica. So for Mr. Johnson over here, you can work anywhere because in time there will be good, solid internet coverage everywhere that you go. So even driving in your vehicle, you can work. Or sitting in your vehicle, not driving. I don't want to promote that. So I'm very happy that you all decided to participate in this Work Online Dominica initiative. And many foreigners recently also had the pleasure and the privilege to participate in a Work in Nature program in Dominica. And that tells a lot about our country, that during one of the most difficult periods in our lives and possibly in our history, that people from all over the world would have interest here in Dominica. It tells a lot about our state of readiness, about our environment, and our readiness to do business here in Dominica. as a ministry, we have supported technology in many ways. Most recently, we would have procured 8,000 digital devices to provide to school students here in Dominica, recognizing that there would actually be a need, an urgent need, to migrate online and to conduct business and do your education, follow your classes online. We knowing that there were deficiencies in some areas for many students, we felt that we should procure devices. In addition to that, we have been working very closely with the Ministry of Education in distributing these devices and identifying the needs, and they also have been able to procure, in addition to the 8,000, 3,000 additional devices. So all students in Dominica, all school students, have devices or access to a device. I won't say boldly that they actually have a device now, because I'm finding that many of them get broken very quickly. I don't understand why this is happening. We need to be careful with these devices, because we really need to be grateful for the sacrifices that are being made to provide Dominicans with devices. Our aim as a government is to ensure that every child has a device, has access to internet, low-cost internet. And there have been many initiatives to provide that, subsidized at $10, as a matter of fact. All this that this government is doing right now. And as a government, we recognize that there is vast potential with technology in transforming all sectors in Dominica, including the financial sector. You all have seen it. The way you conduct business right now, and the platforms that the various banks use in Dominica to allow you the ease of doing business in conducting your transactions. Economic changes, also another major characteristic of a revolution, one that we are witnessing right now. And here in Dominica, I'm not sure how many of you all use it, but you may have heard of MLAJA and Dcash. And Louis spoke about it earlier, and digital currencies. That's becoming the new thing. And not only that, but we recognizing the speed with which we are experiencing that transformation. We, just a few weeks ago in Parliament, passed the Virtual Asset Business Bill. And what this does is it really allows for the environment for people in virtual asset businesses to be able to move from the fringes of society to the mainstream. And I hope you all know what virtual asset businesses are, because the children, 3 years old, playing Roblox, they know it, because they're using Robux online. So the language is changing, and we need to keep up with the changing language. So a lot is going on right now. So far, after the third cohort, we'll now have 165 participants graduating out of a total of 181 who had been trained. I have had the pleasure to interact with some participants from cohort 1 and 2, who in some cases are earning as much as $17 an hour, way more than I am earning right now. So next time in cohort 4, I will be sitting on this side, and I will appoint a new minister of digital economy with the permission of the Prime Minister. Finally, I spoke of 4 characteristics of a revolution. One would have been technological change, the other would have been social, the next one is economical, and then finally, I will speak to political and organizational changes. And this one, I will speak to slightly more, because in our ministry, and as partners, Israel and UNDP, we have been doing a lot, and it's important to know what we have been doing. Every successful revolution must have leadership and must be organized. This all started in 2019 in a DLP manifesto. Soon, this converted into a ministry, the formation of a ministry, Ministry of Public Works and Digital Economy, in December of 2019. It followed in 2020 when we finalized an agreement with the World Bank. to fund the Caribbean Digital Transformation Program, a $78 million strategic facility to facilitate this transformation, this revolution. In this transformation, we will seek to drive economic growth, provide convenience to people here and abroad who want to do business and transact in Dominica. It will reduce time and cost of doing business and will improve overall service delivery. In 2020, we started work with Israel and UNDP on various initiatives. Soon thereafter, we conducted a digital readiness assessment to understand our environment, to understand the challenges, the opportunities in this sector. Now we are proud, very proud in fact, to have our national digital strategy, which highlights clearly our roadmap to achieve our digital transformation. I won't dwell on this right now because I recognize that you want to receive your certificates and so on, and we probably need another function to speak about the digital strategy because it's very important, and you need to know about other ways, other avenues that you can fit into this transformation. This Work Online Dominica is only one. I promise you, there are numerous other opportunities and areas for you to fit in. This is all about people, government, and business. So there is an opportunity for you. There are numerous opportunities for you. We successfully launched Work Online Dominica pilot program in 2020, where 55 out of 60 participants completed. 38 were able to get gigs within the first 12 weeks, which is truly amazing for the pilot. We have had the pleasure, the opportunity to learn from our shortcomings, not mistakes, and to improve upon that. So here we are, third time's a charm, like I said. With 165 out of a possible 181, we're speaking of about 91% graduating. So I spoke of Rip Van Winkle earlier, who was sleeping through the revolution. 9% of our participants have been sleeping. So we need to also wake them up as soon as our training opportunities start. All of you who are here today, you have been exceptional, truly exceptional. In this case, all of you have completed. All of you will be graduating today. And for this, I wish to ask all of us to give you a round of applause. I have been so advised that all of you have acquired a minimum of 2 high-demand digital skills. All of you have created an online-friendly resume. All of you have identified that you now have at least 2 transferable skills. And I heard in the testimony of one of those. All of you now have at least 1 profile on an online employment platform. We are extremely proud of you. The knowledge and skills that you have learned, that you have acquired, is lifelong, and you should embrace that. We are also proud of Israel and UNDP. And not only that, we're eternally thankful to them for their hard work, their commitment, their sacrifice in our efforts to ensure that we build capacity here in Dominica, in our beautiful island, and to ensure that there are digital skills that are transferred to you, and there's the technology transformation and adoption that we need to have a thriving society. As you see, they have been aligned with us to embrace this organizational change that is required in this revolution. So we thank them for that. I could not find better partners in leading this transformation than Israel and UNDP. I recall being a new minister in 2019, and I'm being asked to be Minister of Digital Economy. and I knew very little about it, I must admit. And I recall meeting with Israel, a representative of Israel very early on. It was an informal meeting that we had one Friday evening where we sat and we spoke. And this man came to me almost like a godfather to give me a complete brief of what I needed to know, all the steps. For me, it was God sent. Nicole, Francisco, your teams have been excellent. And I see you as amazing development partners. As a government, we'll continue to lead this effort at transformation in this revolution right now. In so many other sectors, we continue to be committed. In healthcare, we expect to invest about $8 million to transform healthcare. We no longer want to see our healthcare professionals being bogged down with too much clerical work. Doctors, nurses, everyone else, they need to focus on administering care. And we're at this point where we need to use technology to ensure that we have the health information management systems digitalized completely. So the focus would be completely on administration of healthcare. As a government, we'll continue to ensure that you are empowered and we provide and build that environment where you continue to thrive. We are in discussions with Cisco Academy. And we have been talking to them for a few months now, and we are optimistic about the prospects of doing business or even having an academy right here in Dominica. We're at the final stages of negotiations with the Qatar Foundation through UNDP, also to provide opportunities for those of us who unfortunately may feel that they are on the fringes of societies. And I speak of the high school dropouts or even those who are underemployed. And what we want to do is to work together and to collaborate to ensure that they also have a thriving chance and a fighting chance at survival, just like you. So, if you all did not know before that we were in a revolution, you now know that we are in a revolution, one that we clearly cannot ignore. You are living in times of social, economic, political, and technological change. You have thus far taken the right steps to be here, to decide to reskill and retool yourselves for this transformation. Today is your day. Bask in the nostalgia of this day, of this moment, but be fully aware of the fleeting nature of time. Time waits for no one. The immediacy of now is real. Solutions of today are obsolete tonight. So we must continue to sharpen our tools and be aware of what it takes to remain relevant. With the advent of globalization, we can argue that we are now so linked that we only have one economy. And I say this, just put into perspective what is going on now with the invasion of Ukraine, and we're already feeling the effect of increasing fuel prices. We must therefore see the revolution for its opportunities and to leverage on these opportunities. Let us realize that some of the inequity barriers have been broken and new opportunities have absolutely been created. Let us continue to embrace education and training opportunities that are provided to us, the grant opportunities, the paid internships that will come through our ministry, and the innovation hubs that will be commissioned. commissioned very soon. This government is undoubtedly creating an environment for success right here in Dominica. It is being built to enable us to stand firmly through this new revolution. Let us hold these opportunities firmly and ascend to the highest heights. The only inhibitors of our success is ourselves, our desire to sleep and to not think. Innovation is the key driver to economic and business growth. It is the key driver to success and survival. A famous author, Hillary Hinton, once said that character got us out of bed. Commitment moved us into action, and discipline allowed us to follow through. Do not sleep through this revolution, people. Do not be a Rip Van Winkle and sleep for 20 years. Never react too slowly to the warnings and the signs. Instead, we must be versatile and resilient and adjust and react where required to ensure our survival. Use your skills to go and do great things. Go work for the global firms that you spoke of right here in the comfort of your island. Go work for the straight teeth invisibles of the UK and the US, the TLC solutions in Canada, the Living Well culture in the US, Nelson Internet Marketing, you name it. Many of these companies that your peers in cohorts 1 and 2 worked for. Go work for these places like them. I am eternally proud of you. Today is your day. I pray for the good Lord to continue to bless you and to provide you with gigs, with jobs, employment opportunities that will create livelihoods for you all and for your families. Opportunities that are well-deserved, that you are deserving of because of your honest and hard work. Thank you very much. May God continue to bless all of you.
Thank you very much, Minister, for those very wise, very wise words. We will now begin the process of the presentation of the graduates, which will be led by Dr. Mario Pascal and Dr. Clementine. Is you only?
Yes.
Okay.
So good afternoon to all our participants, and congratulations to you all. I'm sure you're going to miss our weekly date night on a Sunday. It's quite interesting because, according to Amy, we've been meeting with T-shirts and our hair didn't have gel. So now they gave us an opportunity to dress up, to look nice, and we can see everybody's full body, right? Because we used to see everybody's face. I just want to congratulate you because this program is not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of work. You really have to transform your life, and it starts with your mind. And Dr. Clem is not here today, but I just want to extend on her behalf, her resounding congratulations to you all. It takes a lot of work, and today I just want you to feel proud of yourselves. You always have, you've been putting in those late nights, many of you, and today as you walk in, you have to just walk to the front like you had a good night's sleep. All right, some of our participants are not here today. They're watching online. It could be, for various reasons, Some are at work. I remember Amy telling us, oh, well, she might not make it because she had work. But we had to fix it because she had to be here and give us her testimony. All right, we're going to start with Chris. We're going to clap at the end or for each person. How are you feeling? For each person? So let's give a clap, a round of applause for Chris Amber Wallace. And she specializes in online tutoring. Now, many of the taglines may be shortened because, like Minister Laville said, many of you have developed so many skills. So if we had to write all the skills, we'll be there forever, right? So Chris, congratulations to you. Vignet, is Vignet here? Vignet, Andrew, Henry. Vignet is one of the participants who keeps me up at night. Everything she has to do is, nighttime. It doesn't matter what time it is. We up and we're doing it. So congrats to you. You deserve it. So she does online tutoring, virtual assistance. She's an expert with Google Slides, etc. Congratulations. Sherma Anthony, virtual assistance. She's good with bookkeeping as well. Congratulations to you. You definitely deserve your certificate. You've worked hard. Monique Anthony. Is Monique there? I think right now Monique stands as the one with the most jobs for the cohort. She's been booked and she's been busy. Congratulations, you deserve it, you deserve it. Proofreading, article writing, medical assistance, etc. Denise is here. Denise August. Denise, she works with, virtual assistance, proofreading, editing. She has very good experience doing that, so she's offering those services online as well. Tikenti, congratulations to you. We have content writing, virtual assistance, customer service as well. Congratulations to you. Guys, when you come up, make sure you give us your good angles, That's graduation picture. It needs to go on the wall. Amy, among other skills, she works in virtual assistance, social media marketing, editing, proofreading. Congratulations to you. Devon Barry. Congrats, Devon. Creative graphic designer, writer. Congratulations. Nikes Bedminster, virtual assistance, customer service, receptionist. She works, as part of customer service. Congrats. Damien is not here today. He's a graphic designer. He was the first participant to get a job. I think after week 4 or 5. Week 4. And he has a beautiful story. I wish he was here to share that. He had a profile before, but after being in the program, he got to optimize his profile, and then he landed his first job. That's very beautiful. Vina Blanc Roberts, data entry, typing, virtual assistants. Congrats. And I'm sure you can appreciate those lovely photos. The Israel staff really worked hard to put together professional photos. Now, many people, when they start working online, and all our participants know this, they put a selfie, They take a picture like that and they put that on the profile. But it's very important, if you're going to build a portfolio as a service provider, it's important to have professional, high-quality pictures. So thank you to the Israel team for facilitating. They created a beautiful scene, and all our participants got the opportunity to take their pictures. Nelisa, virtual assistants, come through, you deserve this. And every single one of those participants is really hardworking. So we're proud of them today. Kishma Breezy Bertrand, graphic design, QuickBooks. Okay, she's not here, but Kishma also, she gave a very good testimony during our last call, you know, telling us how this has really changed her life. And we're proud of you, Kishma. Colette Javel-Bouli, social media marketing, virtual assistants. Kernash Charles John, and she does data entry and customer service. Alexia Christmas, among other things, bookkeeping, accounting, online tutoring. And when we put online tutoring, it's because, you know, we believe our participants are actually good enough in their fields that they can offer tutoring services in whatever field they are they're prominent in. Bianca Doctrov, health writer, customer service agent. Donnell Dorival, customer service, virtual assistant. Congratulations to you. And I'm sure you can identify that, you know, a lot of our participants do customer service. Just because, you know, we have the nicest people here, you know. They get those jobs because they know how to do it. And virtual assistants, we have a lot of participants who have worked in virtual assistants before. They just didn't know it was called virtual assistants. And we have good participants with a lot of attention to detail. So if you have to offer certain services, you want to have attention to detail. Those who can do graphic design as well. You know, Dominicans have good taste, so let's go. Ricia Ilik, customer service, chat agent. Congratulations. Anderson Esprit, among other things, American Sign Language. And of course, you know, virtual assistants. Congratulations. Michelle Etienne. Michelle does revenue accounting, writing, tax accounting. So it's good to be very prominent within a field so that you can extend those services online. Many people feel like, you know, if I'm a medical doctor, I shouldn't offer those services. I mean, you can't treat people online, but you can do a lot of things that doctors do, right? Medical writing, etc. So when you're very experienced within a field, you can actually push your offer when you get online. Francine Francois, office planning and scheduling. Nadel George, customer service, administrative assistant, marketing. Sianissa George, customer service representative, copywriting. Pastor Supriyan George, data entry. And we actually pushed for Pastor Supriyan George. We pushed Christian writing. And I remember we had a session and he did not believe that people would pay you to write stuff, you know, sermons and all kind of stuff. So he was very surprised to see that, you know, you have people online there, all they're writing is sermons and they're getting paid. So that's why we push in here, because that is his field of expertise. So whatever you're good at, you can find people who are looking for that same service. Whether it's writing sermons for them or just writing Bible studies, etc., that you have that available. Sharice Hunter, virtual assistants, customer service, photo editing. Novinia Isaac. So she does virtual assistance, editing, proofreading. Jasmine Jackson, at the door. Customer service, content writing. And what we usually also tell our participants is, you can offer a lot of services under one umbrella. So virtual assistants would include a wide range of services, from designing graphics, doing social media marketing, doing email marketing, doing editing and proofreading. So somebody who has been working as an administrative assistant, that is the perfect field, and you get to push your skills even further. Cordial Jean-Jacques, customer service, congratulations. Jeffrey, Alkine, customer service, and design as well. Congrats. Konika John Baptiste, administrative assistant, online teacher, customer service representative. Tekeya John Baptiste, data entry, customer service, virtual assistants. Sanchez John Baptiste, data entry, customer service, proofreading, editing. Sanchez was one of the participants who started on our wait list. And we realized that waitlist candidates were taking it extremely serious, It's always a pleasure to have people dedicated, because many people with a limiting mindset will say, you know what, I wasn't among the first 60, so let me just let it go. But those on our waitlist, this cohort, they really pushed. And Sanchez has landed, what, 1 or 2? I haven't followed up on the second one. Okay, because they keep us very busy, sending us all the jobs they get in, so I can't keep track, but I know one for sure doing editing, proofreading. Curvia John, IT, writing also. Now we have some of our participants who work for media houses, and they feel like, when I go online, that's the general train of thought. When I go online, let me just do customer service. Everybody thinks we are clear about, right? But if you work and you have written press releases and all that, I was able to show our participants who want to do news writing that there are some people who are looking for people who will write about the Caribbean. Somebody was looking for a person based in the Caribbean to write news. The only thing was the niche was all about IT. So it's not because you see online, you have to think that, it's just customer service. The opportunities are really endless. Josiah Johnson, of course, he wanted graphic design, but customer service chose him. Amelia Joseph, mechanical skills include and other skills such as customer service, virtual assistants. Congrats. Josh Laurent, data entry, online research, report writing, technical work. Congratulations to you. Ralton Laville, administrative assistance and customer service. And I was actually able to show Ralton once because he's very familiar with car parts. And he really thought that if he has to do customer service online, it will have to be in a different niche. And we were searching, and we actually saw somebody post a job saying, I want a customer service agent. You will have extra points if you know about car parts. And I'm like, you see, you could be doing the same job twice and getting paid twice. Michelle Marshall, customer service, administrative assistance, and accounting. Aliyah Martin, voiceover, which is a very common field that people are not familiar with. Online, you can actually do Caribbean voiceover. Think about somebody who is writing a book about, black people, and they want to market it in the Caribbean. If they want to convert that book into an audio book, then they need somebody with an authentic Caribbean accent. So you can offer, just all you need is your little mic at home, or go to a studio and pay a little bit of money just so that you can make more. So people who can do good accents, from different Caribbean countries, that is somebody, and Aliyah actually got a job doing just that. Antonio Moise, customer service, very hardworking. Congratulations. Elodie Patrick, Virtual Assistance and Customer Service. Imara Pierre, Virtual Assistance and Customer Service. Congratulations to you. Shakira Pierre John, Research, Data Entry and Article Writing. Rachel, now every time I see Rachel, I want to say Rachel. You know, because it's written like in French, but she reminds me all the time. It's Rachel Prince, Customer Service and Virtual Assistance. Avina Prince, Digital Marketing, Social Media Marketing, Social Media Copywriting. Well, she didn't want to do designing online, even though I told her she would, because we saw jobs from people looking for somebody to design patterns. And that's what she does most of the time. But she really wanted to explore her digital marketing, you know, portfolio. But if somebody is a seamstress and the person can really design patterns, we saw jobs just asking for that. Pearl Prince, Jacob. It says music, but I think that's our hobby. Virtual assistance, editing, and proofreading. Congrats. Stacy Roman, social media marketing, virtual assistance, editing, and proofreading. Raisa Aline Siman, teaching, virtual assistance. Joshua Simon, web development. Now, one of the things we encourage our participants to do is similar to what Mr. Tong said. If you've designed websites, if you have designed flyers and all that, it's important that you add all that to your online portfolio. Unfortunately, there are a lot of scams online. So how can an employer trust that you can do what you say you're doing? The best way is to see your portfolio. So you have a range of all your designs and the websites and everything you've done before, and you put it on your profile. And that's how sometimes you bypass the interview stage, because they see your application that's very carefully written. They can go to your profile. They see all the samples of your work. They don't need to talk to you. They'll just click and hire you, and like Amy said, pay you before you've done the work. Kavia Sorrendo. Congrats. Social media marketing, editing, proofreading, virtual assistants. Guylaine Saint-Jean, virtual assistants, QuickBooks, customer service. Congratulations. Renee Stevenson, web development. Mariana Stark-Sanford, research, data entry. Aubrey Thomas, photography, photo editing. And like I said before, this is among a bunch of other skills. We could not possibly list everything our participants are skilled at. The Messiah Thomas, virtual assistant, graphic design. Shanita Thomas, virtual assistant with accounting experience. Now, another good thing, like I said about virtual assistants, is sometimes the employers are looking for accountants and bookkeepers, but it's a little bit difficult to trust people, especially with your books. So they will hire somebody to do virtual assistance with accounting, just so that you get into the company, you prove that you can do the work, and eventually you are going to move to becoming, the main accountant or bookkeeper. Owen Vidal, virtual assistants, graphic designing, and writing. Henry Williams, customer service. Kellyanne Williams, administrative assistant, virtual assistant, event planner. And she's one of our participants who got some good hits on Fiverr, because Fiverr is a little bit difficult because you create your profile and then you're like, that's it. They will reach out to you if they need you. And for some reason, people are just reaching out to Kellyanne on Fiverr. So congrats. And that concludes our list of participants and graduates. I would like to congratulate you once again on behalf of Dr. Clem, on behalf of myself and our working team. Most importantly, now that you have learned, make sure that you empower others to do the same. Share with others. Maybe not share the money, yes, with your loved ones, but share the knowledge with others so that, each person can teach the next person. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marie. We will now call on Felicia Pear to do the presentation of tokens.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I would like to invite Ms. Nicole King to be the one that's presenting the tokens to our awardees. So the first person on the list is Honorable Kasani Laville. Please step forward. Mr. Luis Francisco Thais, Head of UNDP. Mr. Robert Tong. Dr. Maria Fana. And she will also be receiving for Dr. Clem Fana. Mrs. Bowers, Miss Bowers from the Sikh College. And I would like to invite our livelihood program manager, Ms. Cornelia Dura, to present a token of appreciation to our country director, Ms. Nicole King. And in closing, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator the Honorable Kasani Laville, Minister of Public Works and the Digital Economy, P.S. Roland Royer, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, Ms. Nicole King, Country Director, ISRAID, Mr. Robert Tong, Coordinator of the Digital Economy in the Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, Luis Francisco Thais, Head of UNDP Office in Dominica, Ministers of Cabinet, ISRAID staff, staff from the Dominica State College, graduates, media, other invited guests, welcome. It is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you to deliver the closing remarks at our third Work Online Dominica graduation. 3 years ago, the government of Dominica, through the Ministry of Public Works and the Digital Economy, UNDP, and ISRAID embarked on a pilot project that sought to reshape the way we view resilient livelihoods. It was from this vision, this dream, that Work Online Dominica program was born. Our mandate from the very start was to equip Dominicans with the tools and resources necessary to capitalize on the growing trends within the gig economy. I would like to encourage you, the graduates, to not only see this as an opportunity to get an online gig, but see this as a catalyst to propel you further heights within the world of freelancers. You started with us 12 weeks ago as individuals with a common objective, completing a 12-week training. Today, you graduate as a family. Today, you graduate as alumni. Today, you graduate as Dominica's own digital ambassadors. ISRAID thanks the commitment from our partners, our stakeholders, the general public for entrusting us with this project, and we look forward to many more Work Online Dominicas. Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending. We have snacks and refreshments at the back. Please feel free to partake and enjoy yourselves. And let this be the beginning of creating better bonds between each other, because I'm sure there'll be certain jobs that you can do, or you maybe have too much work to do. Please reach out to your fellow alumni and pass on the work to them and work together as an amazing team. So again, we wish you all the best. Thank you, Minister, for being here. Thank you, Luis. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, other members of Cabinet. Thank you to the invited guests. A special thanks to the media for being here and broadcasting it. To the persons who are listening out there, very importantly, knowledge can only be gained if you listen. Please like and subscribe to the various channels so that when information, very importantly, when information is pushed out, you are aware of what is happening. Otherwise, you're going to be listening, sitting down right now and saying, how did this happen? When this is the third cohort. So please like and subscribe to the various channels. And very importantly, don't just like, share. Sharing is caring. So have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Just to inform all the participants, we have a token for you before you leave. So after you have your snacks, you can just come to me to pick up your token.
Hi, Josiah, and we are now live on DBS Radio's Facebook page. We would like to welcome our viewers at this time. Welcome to DBS Radio, and this, as we said earlier, as you heard earlier, this is the third Work Online graduation, and we are here speaking to Mr. Josiah. He is one of those who had a testimonial here this afternoon, and very moving testimonial. Good afternoon to you. Congratulations. How do you feel right now after receiving your certificate?
I feel very good. I feel accomplished. I feel like I got exactly what I was looking for, and I feel like what I learned is going to be something that's going to push me further, and I already encouraging other people to get involved and get into the program. So I also already started recommending people to two jobs that I already got. So I just seen it as a great opportunity to be more free. I could be working in another country while once I have internet, I just feel like it's a freedom, it's a privilege, and you can increase your income with it. You can see yourself going further with working online.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you, as I said, your testimonial was moving, it was so natural.
Yes.
You did not read from a script.
No.
You poured your heart out, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
What would you like to say to others listening to you right now in terms of how working online can transform your life?
Oh, well, I would say that it will make you more free. You can be more flexible. Like today, I asked for a day off. I'm working already. I told them that I have to graduate. They didn't ask me any question. They just fixed up the schedule and they told me check it out.
Right.
And I'm here now. I could be working anywhere I feel like, and I could also be working two jobs. So let's say I have my day job for my customer service job. I could be working another job in the night or something on the side. There's a lot of possibilities, and I feel like, well, I always wanted to be like a digital nomad. So I would want to be out there everywhere. I want to see the world. So I believe that will help me do that.
And based on what I heard here today and saw here today, the possibilities are endless.
Yes.
And so many different fields that you could explore
Yes.
working online. Some of them, I took the notes down.
Yes,
Maybe you can help me.
well, I feel like I'm talented in voiceovers. I feel like I can do that. I've done work for different companies in Dominica where I wrote scripts. So script writing is also one. I do graphic design as well. That's what I was initially looking for, but I got this job as a customer service agent because I already have the experience.
Right.
But I never did it remotely, so that's a new thing to me.
Right.
So
And you also mentioned that as a man, it took you some time to, sign up and get involved in this thing.
Yeah, I was very nervous. Like I was saying, wow, I have to send a video, I have to record myself. So I really wanted to get in. I dressed up. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I had my little script. I put deliberate things at the back of me. I put my computer saying the future is now. I had a book on the side. I spoke and I said, hi, I'm Josiah Johnson, and I believe that work online program is something I could not let pass me by.
Right.
It will increase my income. It will help me increase my skills and learn new skills, and also network with like-minded people as well.
Thank you so much, Josiah, and continue. Good luck to you in your future
thanks.
endeavors.
Yes.
Very impressive stuff from you.
Yes, thanks.
And I wish you all the best.
Okay, thank
Take
you.
care. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye.
Josiah Johnson, thank you so much. We have another participant and graduate here this afternoon, and her name is Amy. Good afternoon to you, Amy. Congratulations.
Hi, good afternoon.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
DBS Radio. Yes, you are live on radio and on Facebook.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to have you with us this afternoon.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us about your field. Where did you explore in this program?
Okay, my field, well, one of my fields is in account management. That's for LinkedIn. So we do lead generation. I'm not too sure. Most people are not really familiar with what lead generation is, but it's basically getting leads and more traction to different accounts for people. That's one of them. And for the other one, it is virtual assistants. So I help with graphic design, different campaigns, planning events, and just there is a meticulous work, whether it is to the simple tasks, like one of them was to get some classes for their daughter, simple things like that, because it's virtual assistant.
Right.
So,
And you say virtual, meaning that you could do all of this, practice all of this at home.
Yes, at home.
Yes, virtually in your bedroom.
My bedroom on the table. Try not to say in the bedroom too much.
But yes, that's what it is.
Yes.
Virtually anywhere.
Anywhere.
You mentioned about your prep work, having while working, what it takes for you to get prepared to work and all of that. You mentioned about procrastinating on signing up.
Oh,
What would be your message to anyone listening to you right now about procrastination?
Well, I have not mastered procrastination as yet, so I don't want to be a hypocrite, but that doesn't mean I can still give advice. Just do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like really, one thing that has helped me is time blocking. So really block out your time, set time periods to finish certain things, get some friends. I have some of my friends, my sisters, like people from church, and we have this accountability document actually where we log in at the beginning of every day, everything that we want to get done, and
Right.
if it's not done, then we message each other and find out, why was this not done, etc., etc. So it's really good. Yes, to do things on your own and so on, but it's good to have people in your corner which can help you to stay on track.
What advice would you have to, those out there who would love to participate or sign up in this program?
In this program, honestly, go for it. go for it. All in, go for it. If you can, in advance, before the next project, even take your video, practice, and just go for it because it's I'm telling you, it's a really,
Well, yes,
really
because
good
you
thing.
can say that because you mentioned that even before you completed your task or even before you did the job, you got rewarded. You got paid.
Yes.
Maybe you can fill us up on this trick or maybe this skill of yours. I mean, what did it take for that to happen?
Okay, well, it was on one of the platforms that we use. It's Upwork. She basically said everything that she would like, and she asked for an idea for, I think it was to plan a lemonade stand or something like that. So I gave her a good plan, I guess. I guess it was good enough for her. And also she was saying that she was going through a lot of life-changing ordeals. So I really empathize with her and so on. So I guess that probably touched a soft spot, just really understand that the people online you're working with, they are still people. So you still need to console them and understand them and so on.
All right. Amy, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And congratulations and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. All right. This is DBS Radio, and we are here speaking to some of the participants in this, or graduates, in this program here, the third work online graduation here in Dominica. Okay, so we have with us Mr. Robert Tong. Can you please hold your microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome to welcome to DBS Radio. We are live on Facebook, and I have been speaking to two graduates. They were the two individuals who gave testimonials here this afternoon.
Oh, wonderful.
Right, and as I told them that I was very impressed about the testimonial, and it was natural, was from their heart, and based on what they said, they were really happy with the program. Tell us about this program, in a nutshell.
So in a nutshell, many of our people are talented. Many of our people, I would say, I dare say all of our people are smart.
Right.
And they all have skills that they realize that they have, but they have never really realized that those skills can be provided to other people, not only in Dominica, but out of Dominica.
Yes.
And obviously, if you're doing it out of Dominica, you are exposed to a lot more people. The population in Dominica is, 70,000, 20,000 people who are employed, and maybe let's say 8,000 companies. So that is your small spread.
Right.
So obviously, if we can train you to improve on your skills, do other skills that you didn't even realize that you had, that you could tap on, because this program not only just trains you, it also gives you experience in other skills. And very importantly, as you can see, just on speaking to the people, you realize that it also helps to transform them.
Right.
So whereas someone was very shy and timid, unsure of themselves, they are part of the program also teaches them how to be
confident,
shine,
yes.
how to be confident, how to present themselves. And armed with that information, armed with additional technical advice and stuff like that, you can see that the person's come out of this program a changed individual.
Right.
So we're really very happy that we've been able to partner with Israel, the UNDP, and obviously the government of Dominica in pushing that to ensure that no one is left behind. And that's why we tell persons, make sure you not only just like these programs, subscribe to them so that when new things are coming out, you'll be aware of them. And also you have to share it with other people. So share these fantastic programs so that other persons are aware. And I was really proud to hear her say that she thought about it the first time, the second time she procrastinated, and the third time she just realized that she had to do it.
So there were quite a bit of lessons learned from her testimonial.
No, definitely.
Procrastination. Belief in yourself, working hard and all of that.
Yeah, and definitely many of us suffer from procrastination.
Yes.
Even I
do.
And that's why knowledge is
constant
power.
struggle.
There's a lot of information out there, so you can don't have to spend all your time just watching TikTok, but you can actually do positive things to learn. Even on TikTok, you're actually learning. There's so many business ideas that I've seen on TikTok recently.
That's right.
and people are not afraid to share information. So again, the intention is to ensure that we educate our people, we train our people so that they understand the digital economy and that they too can also capitalize on the digital economy to make life a lot easier for them, to earn an income and take care of their family.
Finally, the third cohort, we have seen the changes. Tell us about the changes we have seen so far to the economy based on this program and the contribution to.
So basically, we don't have the exact details, but basically you have individuals who are able to earn an income, not from Dominica, receive money from out of Dominica. And obviously, if some of them are receiving $10, $15, $12, remember, they're going to be paid based on the minimum rate in America. Let's say that's $12 or $15. So it means they're making a lot more. The most important thing is that you have to put yourself out there.
That's
you have to continuously update your profile. You have to continuously train yourself. And obviously you have to perform. If you cannot perform when you get those jobs, then you're going to get a bad rating. So if you can work well, do the assignments on time and stuff like that, obviously the world is your oyster.
That's right. And of course, we are more resilient. Resilience is not only about preparing for natural disasters and so on.
Exactly.
But this is also part of being a resilient nation.
So part of being, this is what we call financial resilience. If you're able to have a job, very importantly, if you're able to save money, it means when you have certain hardships, you will have resources that you can fall back on. So again, we encourage persons, there will be more cohorts. The government of Dominica is also putting in 15 what we call innovation hubs where persons can come and learn. Again, if you don't listen, you're not going to hear, and other people are going to jump on board. So we encourage everyone to listen, and when these opportunities are there that you take, let's make that step.
That's right.
If you're shy, if you're worried, you're constantly, just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it.
Do it.
Yes.
I need to try that, Mr. Tong.
It works. Listen to.
I should try it.
There's a lady called Mel Robbins. Some of those programs are actually free on audiobooks. And you can listen to them and she will surely help you.
Okay.
She has helped me.
All right.
It's just that I forget sometimes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
Mr.
for having
Tong.
us. Take care.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Take care. That was Mr. Robert Tong. He was the Master of Ceremony and, of course, the coordinator of the digital economy. Well, that's it for us here in Jungle Bay. As you have heard it, we were bringing to you live the third Work Online graduation, and it was a pleasure being here with you, for you, bringing you the information as it happened here at Jungle Bay. So, my name is Kewana Fontaine Wilson, taking you back to Master Control, DBS Radio. Good afternoon.